Hello world, Lantino here with a quick update video on my favorite accessories for Star Wars Rebellion, starting with the Galaxy Search Map. Now I've made this specifically for the LaserRock's Rebel Organizer, as it attaches to the lid of the main tray and it uses it as a back so the tokens don't fall under. And it also uses the tray doors from the small cards trays as standing legs. Now, if you do not have this organizer, you are out of luck so far, but now I do have a solution for you. Let me show you. I'm now pre-assembling the whole map, including the support on the back, and we have an extra sort of like a standing mechanism. I'll show you how this works. You just attach it like that, place it wherever you like, and just mount your map, and that's it. You're all set. This little box is just for the different components. There's maybe a couple of extra ones. You can mount them here on the side. That's why they will stay. And then obviously you secure them during play on the map like this. Here's a close-up view. And so yeah, this will be available now from my store. So if you did not have the organizer, now you can get this map absolutely separately as its own component, and I will assemble all the tokens for you. So all you have to do is just put these two pieces together and you are good to go. All right, product number one done. Let's see product number two. The dice tower. Okay, another thing that requires the LaserRock's Rebel Organizer upgrade. Right, so here's the dice tower, here's the tray from the LaserRock's Organizer. Obviously they work well together, but if you do not have one, the other one doesn't really work. So what we're gonna do, I do have a new version of the dice tower, pretty much the same, but it has its own tray for rolling dice. Everything else is here. Okay, so let's see how this works. There's a green dice, and we can get the black dice as well. And let's see what the result is. Oh my gosh, I shouldn't be rolling this, bad. But yeah, you can see. And one more thing, since this is now independent, you may want to think about how you're going to carry it around. And I did design a box that does that. And here it is. So this is the dice tower, disassembled, all in the box. And yeah, that's how you get it. So you now have the option to get the dice tower on its own and use it and travel with it. Okay, so that's product number two, dice tower. Product number three. Okay, we have the Rebell Upgrade Set. This is essentially a set of components, again, specifically for the LaserRock's Rebel Organizer. And unfortunately, this is still the case. But let me show you, there's some new things here. So these two things are just extra separators, because the original set comes without a third one, and I use the third one to separate the space and the ground tactic cards, which is really useful. So I don't know how they forgot to include a third one. So now you can get a third one from me. Okay, this one is already familiar. You use it to prop up your action cards, one for the Rebel, one for the Rebellion, one for the Empire, and they pretty much stay however you like them. And the cool thing about them is they don't take any extra space inside your organizer, because they take this space over here, which was unused. All right. Next two components, obviously these are for the attachment rings. They store up to 10, so all the expansions will be covered by those. These two hold the tokens, as you already know, like this. The battle damage bar, my favorite accessory for making battles. You place your units according to their health and you just move them left or right depending on if they have damage or not, or if they're healed. And you have the space units here, up to 6 on the other side. And then you have up to 3 here for the ground units. Yeah, it's dual-sided, fits in the organizer. Now, what are these for? Okay, so I do have some extra stickers here that people have asked me to make. One of the stickers has to do with different leaders. And so here's how it works. I have my leader tray over here with my leaders. And the way I play, usually, always actually, is I have the tray over here. I remove the door. I put it on the side. And now I attach the door here. And so now I can reference whichever leader I need. I could just look it up right here. So for example, this should be Harrison Dula. Let's see. Yeah, there she is. Okay, this is obviously a bit overkill. I've modified this a bit further. But what I'm offering now as something that everyone can get are these stickers here, which feature all the leaders from the base game and the official expansion. And so in order for you to do what I did, you likely need to cover these 2 holes. And so that's why I have all the parts over here. So if you want to put your sticker over here and wrap it around, you will likely need to have maybe a cover for these holes. And so these are pre-cut stickers. You can just peel them off and attach them to your trays. And so that's one of the new components. Let's have a look what's next. This one is pretty simple. Again, 2 more stickers. There are these tray covers at the very top, one for the Rebellion, one for the Rebels. And so you get this sticker which helps you get through the setup and all the phases. It's pretty high level. So if you completely forgot the game, this won't help you. But if you just want to refresh which is when, and you can definitely use that. And so this becomes a useful accessory rather than just a random tray cover. Okay, so that will be the second set of stickers. The third set of stickers are all the ships stickers. So again, these are pre-cut. So you can just peel them off and stick them to your inside of your trays, so you can mark where the ships go or outside, however you like. These here on top actually go on the side of the trays, and they are pre-cut again. So each, like the Empire and the Rebel trays, have separate sections and stacks, and so you can just put these on the side of those trays. They're pretty cool. And yeah, so that will be the new stickers. And so that completes this set of components for that set. Let's see what's next. Okay. I do have an update to this component. That will be the Reimagined unit sheets. Version 5. Okay, what's new? On the top, not much. On the side, I do have a section now for the mission and the action decks. On the bottom, there's just a switch here of some components. I'll explain later why. And in the middle, I mostly got rid of this line here in order to make space on the side. We adjusted positioning of some units. And here we redesigned a little bit how the faction sign looks like. The main benefit here is you see where this is placed. It's placed exactly where there are no units for the Rebels. So the Rebels do not have heavy units, and so I'm using this space as sort of indication where they are lacking in capability. And same for the Empire. The Empire sign is here on the second level. They do have a first level fighters, obviously, but they do not have like more light units. They rely on heavy units. And so this neatly helps me align the components. I've re-engineered the texture for these blue and orange icons here, so they're really high quality now. And the reason I readjusted some of the components is when you place them one against the other, it really now makes complete sense. Everything is fully mirrored. So the Stormtrooper is against the Rebel Trooper. The U-Wing is against the TIE Striker. X-Wing is exactly against the TIE Fighter. The Star Destroyer is exactly against the Mon Calamari Cruiser. This is the Romanian version, by the way, so I apologize. It's the only one I had in 2 versions. And so every unit sort of matches its opposite. So when you are sitting across the table from the other side, you can easily sort of match the units to see which one you should probably build based on what the other person has. Same for the car slot. The missions now align on both sides. Objectives goes against the probe deck, and so on. So I really nailed every single pixel down on this one. It's as perfect as an accessory one can get. So you can definitely get it from my store. And that covers the next one. I think we have maybe one more. And here I will show an accessory that I haven't designed myself at all. I just built it, but I find it extremely cool. And so let me describe the need. Okay, so we have the map piece and we have the manuals. And the manuals don't fill the whole width of the box. There is like a dead space here. I don't think any organizer takes advantage of this in any way. So usually the manuals sort of slosh around a bit. And so I wanted to make something that fits right here. And it sort of covers what these are for. And Board Game Geek member recently made an incredible design, which I've just cut and make it foldable right here. You can immediately see it's made from a very cool material which doesn't do any reflections. And so what is this? What is this? Okay, on one side, you have a complete setup guide. So if you want to set up the game, that's what you want to be seeing, especially if you've played before. Even if you haven't, this will help you, but it's specific setup for Rise of the Empire. So with a little bit extra knowledge, you can modify it to whatever setup you like. But it's great. It's just like a design from 2025. So what's on the other side? On the other side, first half is you have all the game phases. So you have assignment, command, and refresh. And everything is laid out nice. And on the bottom, you have combat. And there you go. It's fully foldable, easily. Like you can put it like that if you want during gameplay. Why not? And so it takes existing space, doesn't take any more. And yeah, I find this really cool. So that's the review of all the accessories I have. And next video, we're gonna talk about these bad boys over here. Can't wait.